What does it take to be respected by not just your fans, but even your rivals? Not money, not fame, not even talent alone. It takes something more. Honor, sacrifice, loyalty, and a heart that beats for the team. And no player embodies that more than Carles Puyol, the lion-hearted captain of FC Barcelona, the man who rose from humble beginnings to lead one of the greatest teams in football history. His story isn't just about trophies, it's about respect. The humble beginnings. Carles Puyol was born in La Pobla de Segur, a small town in Catalonia, Spain in 1978. His family was far from wealthy. His father worked in a factory and his mother cleaned houses. They weren't living in luxury, just an ordinary, hardworking family trying to get by. As a child, Puyol didn't even dream of being a football superstar. He wasn't obsessed with fame or riches. What he loved was simply playing. He'd run around his village with friends, barefoot at chimes, using any ball they could find, sometimes even a bundle of rags tied together. When he was young, he didn't even play as a defender. Believe it or not, Puyol started his football journey as a goalkeeper. Later, because of repeated shoulder injuries, he was moved into defense. That twist of fate would change football history forever. The road to Barcelona. By his teenage years, Puyol's raw passion and determination caught the eye of scouts. He joined Barcelona's youth academy, La Masia, the same place that would later produce legends like Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi. But here's the thing, Puyol wasn't the most talented. He didn't have Messi's dribbling, Xavi's vision, or Ronaldinho's flair. He wasn't born with natural gifts that wowed the crowd. What he had was a relentless work ethic. While others left training, Puyol stayed back. He pushed himself to exhaustion, fueled not by glory, but by the idea of giving everything he had to the sport he loved. Coaches saw something rare in him, a player who might not be the flashiest, but one who would give his soul for the team. Breaking into the first team. In 1999, Carles Puyol made his debut for Barcelona's first team. His look was already iconic. Long curly hair bouncing as he ran, fire in his eyes, and a warrior-like determination. From the very beginning, he played like every game was his last. He threw his body on the line, tackled with ferocity, and never backed down from a challenge. Barcelona fans instantly connected with him. He wasn't a superstar, he was one of them, a man of the people, giving 200% every single time he stepped on the pitch. The rise of a captain. It didn't take long for everyone to see what Puyol truly was. Not just a player, but a leader. In 2004, he was given the captain's armband, and from that moment on, Barcelona's defense was built not just on skill, but on the heart of their captain. What made Puyol unique wasn't just his defensive skills, it was his character. He led by example. He didn't shout unnecessarily. He didn't blame teammates. He simply worked harder than everyone else, fought for every ball, and protected his teammates like a brother. And this leadership showed in the respect he earned, not just from teammates, but even opponents. Players who battled against him admitted that while Puyol was fierce, he was always fair. He played with honor. Why is Carles Puyol respected worldwide? Let's pause here. Why is Puyol so respected, more than many other champions? It's because of the values he carried. He never played for money. He famously rejected higher salaries elsewhere to stay at Barcelona, his boyhood club. He never played for personal glory. Unlike many defenders who wanted recognition, Puyol was content to let others shine. He always defended his teammates. One iconic moment was in 2010 during El Clasico. When a scuffle broke out, Puyol immediately stepped in, not to fight, but to protect younger players and calm the situation. He lived simply, even as a millionaire. No flashy cars, no scandals, no arrogance. Just dedication, humility, and discipline. That's why even fans of rival clubs respected him. Because respect isn't about skill.
It's about how you carry yourself on and off the pitch. The golden era of Barcelona. Under Puyol's captaincy, Barcelona entered its golden era. With players like Ronaldinho, later Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, and Piqué, the team became unstoppable. Puyol's leadership at the back allowed the artists in midfield and attack to create magic. He was the wall, the warrior, the guardian. Together, they won 6 La Liga titles, 3 Champions League trophies, and countless domestic cups. And let's not forget, Puyol also lifted the 2008 European Championship and the 2010 World Cup with Spain. One moment stands out. In the World Cup semifinal against Germany, it was Puyol who rose above everyone and scored the decisive header. Not the striker, not the midfielder, the captain, the warrior. Lifestyle of simplicity and discipline. While many players indulged in fame and luxury, Carles Puyol lived differently. He wasn't about expensive parties or flashy headlines. He valued his privacy, his family, and his health. Even as Barcelona's captain, he drove modest cars compared to his teammates. He didn't seek the spotlight. His lifestyle reflected his personality, simple, disciplined, and humble. For Puyol, football wasn't a way to get rich. It was a way to give everything to the team, the fans, and the sport. The later years and retirement. As injuries began to catch up with him, Puyol knew his time was limited. But even in his final years, he fought with the same spirit. He played fewer games, but when he stepped onto the field, the fans knew their captain was there to protect them. In 2014, he retired from professional football. His farewell brought tears not just to Barcelona fans, but to football lovers worldwide. Because with Puyol, it felt like the sport was losing a piece of its soul. A reminder of what football was truly about. So, who is Carles Puyol? He's the boy from a small town who rose to captain one of the greatest teams in history. He's the defender who sacrificed everything for his teammates. He's the captain who earned respect not just from fans, but from rivals and legends across the world. And most importantly, he's proof that greatness isn't measured by wealth or fame, but by the respect you earn through honor, sacrifice, and loyalty. That's why Carles Puyol isn't just remembered as Barcelona's captain. He's remembered as football's warrior of respect.